Okay. Okay, in the previous classes, we have seen various methods for calculating the depreciation. So, the first one was the straight line method. Straight line method. Then comes diminishing balance method. Diminishing balance method. Yes, two more methods are there. One, sinking fund method. Sinking fund method, and finally sum of years digit method. Sum of years digit. Sum of years digit method. Okay. Or SYD method. So we are left with two more methods. That is sinking fund method and sum of years method. The straight line method, we have found the depreciation, annual depreciation by D equal to C minus S by N. And using this value, you have found the value for annual depreciation charges. And in diminishing balance method, you have found a factor called depreciation, yearly depreciation factor X, which is 1 minus S by C, the whole raised to 1 by N. And using this factor, you have found the book value for each years and the depreciation rates also, depreciation value also. Now coming to sinking fund method. Now, sinking fund method. Sinking fund method, here also we have a factor, annual rate of depreciation. Here what we do is, we have an assumption that actually the depreciation, what is the depreciation? Depreciation means loss of value. As the time passes, what happens is the value of any product will go on decreasing. So the value will be decreasing. So after 1 or 2 years, what happens is the present value will not be there for the product, any product. So if you try to sell this product, you will not get the actual price. So in order to compensate for that, what we do is, in this method, a sinking fund is created. That is, a small amount will be deposited each year to compensate for the loss. We will be taking some amount, or we will keep some amount for compensating. For the first year, you will take some value. For second year also, you will find some value. That is a sinking fund. So in this method also, you have a rate of depreciation given by annual rate of depreciation. Annual rate of depreciation. Given by D equal to I into C minus S divided by 1 plus I whole raised minus 1. Okay, where this I is the rate of interest on that fund, sinking fund. Then C is the initial cost or the total cost, including the initial cost, that is C. Then S is the scrap value or salvage value or salvage value. That is a value at the end of the useful life. Next, N, number of years. Number of years. That is a lifetime or life of the particular machine. Okay. So this is the annual rate of depreciation. Now we will find how we can solve a problem like this in this case using fund method. So just listen. A machinery initial of $30,000 and salvage value of rupees 3,000 at the end of 10 years is sold for rupees 20,000 after 1 year. What is profit or loss if sinking fund depreciation method at 8% interest compounded annually is used? So here is the question. The machinery with initial value of 30,000. So the initial cost is given, C is given 30,000. C equal to rupees 30,000. And the salvage value of 3,000. S is given, that is rupees 3,000. At the end of 10 years, that means N, capital N is given 10. And it is sold for 20,000. So the selling price is given. Selling price is given, that is rupees 20,000. Now it is being sold after 1 year. What profit or loss if the sinking fund depreciation method at 8% interest is used? That means interest is given I equal to 8%, or 8 by 100, that is 0.08. I is given. Okay. So we have to find These are the given data. You have the relation. You can find the depreciation rate first of all, and it is given the selling price after 1 year. This product is sold for 20,000 rupees. So first of all, we will find the rate of depreciation. What is the rate of depreciation? Rate of depreciation. Rate of depreciation denoted by D, which is equal to I into C minus S divided by 1 plus the whole raised to n minus 1. This is the sinking fund method. Here the rate of depreciation given by this formula. Now just substitute these values. There is 0.08 into C, 30,000 minus S, 3,000 divided by 1 plus I, 0.08 whole raised to n, 10 minus 1, and you will get the value as around 1864. So the depreciation fund at the end of 1 year. So end of 1 year, you are keeping this particular amount, that is 1864. So the depreciation fund, you can say depreciation fund at the end of 1 year. At the end of 1 year will be rupees 1864. 1864. So now what is the book value? Book value means present value. Present value will be the initial value just before 1 year minus this particular value, the depreciation fund, which is to be subtracted. So the book value that is the present value after 1 year will be equal to the initial value 30,000 minus the depreciation fund 1864, and you will get the value as 28,136. So this is the book value of the product. Book values of the product is 28,136. So, but what happens is, in the question it is given, the product is sold for 20,000. But the value, book value is 28,136. Book value is high. For the cost we have done, the cost from our side is 28,136, but we are getting only 20,000 after selling. So what it will be, whether it is a profit or loss? So ultimately it will be a loss. So the loss, so you will have the loss, and the loss will be equal to the difference, that is the book value minus the selling price, that is 28,000 that is 8,136 rupees. This much amount will be loss. Okay, right? So in the sinking fund method, what we do is, we are keeping a money, particular amount as a sinking fund which is given by the relation d equal to I into c minus s by 1 plus I whole raised to n minus 1. Now, after finding this, you will find the book value by just reducing this value, the same value from the initial cost. So that will be the present value or the book value after 1 year. But in the question it is given, we have sold the product for 20,000 after 1 year. So comparing the values of the selling price and cost price, we get that it is a loss because the selling price is more. Sorry, selling price is less. We are getting only 20,000, but we have spent 28,136. So ultimately, the rupees 8,136 will be a loss. This is the or this is how we can solve or calculate the depreciation using sinking fund method. So one of the main advantage. So there will be many advantages and disadvantages, but the key advantage is that here what we do is we are keeping a money, a sinking fund as a depreciation fund. We are keeping a value. So what happens is as time passes, or after 2 or 3 years, or even after 10 years, each year we are keeping certain amount of money as a sinking fund. So after selling or the time after the useful life, we will be able to compensate for the loss, or we have the amount with our within our hand for compensating the loss. So step by step, or each year we are keeping a money like a recurring deposit. We are keeping a money. So that is one of the main advantage. So the same thing is the disadvantage also. That means each year you have to find some money. That the profit, or we are not even getting the profit sometimes from the product, but from other source we have to find some amount. Anyhow, we have to find some amount for this compensating this error. Okay. What about the sinking fund method? Now moving to next one, that is sum of year digit method. Sum of year digit method. Okay. Sum of year digit method. This is a simple method. Year digit method. Year digit എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ വേറൊന്നുമല്ല. ഇപ്പം year 1, second year ആണ് second year, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5. Suppose it has a lifetime of 5 years. Then year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5. These are the year digits. എന്തൊക്കെയാണ് 1, 2, 3, 4 എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഡിജിറ്റ്സ്. ഇതിൻ്റെ സമ്മ് നമ്മൾ കണ്ടുപിടിക്കുന്നു. ഇപ്പം എന്തായിരിക്കും വരിക? 15 എന്നൊരു വാല്യൂ നമുക്ക് കിട്ടും. ദാറ്റ് ഇസ് എ സം ഓഫ് ഇയേഴ്സ്. ഇത് ഉപയോഗിച്ച് നമ്മളൊരു ഡിപ്രീസിയേഷൻ ഫാക്ടർ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്, ഫസ്റ്റ് ഇയറിലെ ഡിപ്രീസിയേഷൻ ഫാക്ടർ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ നമുക്ക് അത് ചെയ്യുന്നത് വേറൊരു രീതിയിലാണ്. അതായത് total we have, in this case total we have 5 years. So first year we are saying now 5 more years there to complete its cycle. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ എന്താണ്, ഇനി ഒരു 5 വർഷം കൂടെ അത് ജീവിക്കും അല്ലേ? So first digit is 5. After 1 year what happens is the product will have 4 more years. So the digit will be 4. Third year, the remaining useful life will be 3, 2, 1, like that. After that it will fail. Okay, so the sum of digits will be 15, we know. So each case the depreciation factor will be like the useful number of or the remaining life divided by the total sum of years, that is this value sum of years, that is for here it is 5 by 15, here it is 4 by 15, here it is 3 by 15, and here it is 2 by 15, and here it is 1 by 15. This will be the depreciation factor, so that we can see the depreciation factor will be decreasing. Okay, this type of calculation is done in sum of years digit method, that you will get a clear picture while solving a problem. Okay. Okay. A computer has been purchased for rupees 40,000, and its useful life is 8 years. Its scrap value at the end of its scrap value at the end of 8th year is estimated as rupees 4,000. Calculate the depreciation at the end of 6th year, using SYD method. Okay. So here it is given. A computer has been purchased for rupees 40,000. So a computer is being purchased for 40,000. That means C equal to 40,000. And its useful life is given N 8. Now its scrap value after the 8th year, that is capital S, is given as rupees 4,000. 4,000. Now what we have to find is the depreciation at the end of 6th year. So at the end of 6th year, what will be the depreciation? Simple. So year remaining useful life depreciation factor amount of depreciation. Okay. So first year, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year, sixth year, seventh year, and eighth year. So first year, considering the first year, it has remaining 8 years, right? Because the total useful life is 8. So the remaining 8 hour will be, or life will be 8. For the second year, it will be 7 and so on. One. So the total value, you can add these values 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8, and the value is 36. Now depreciation factor means the total value is 36, right? And so the remaining value divided by total value, that is 8 divided by 36, and here it is 7 divided by 36, this is 6 divided by 36, 5 divided by 36, 4 divided by 36, and here it is 3 divided by 36, 2 divided by 36, and 1 divided by 36. So these are the depreciation factors. Now this depreciation factor will be multiplied to the net amount. That is, net amount will be, what is the net amount or cost? The total cost minus the salvage value, right? So here what we do is the total cost minus salvage value multiplied by the depreciation factor, whatever it is. If it is D, then into D. Okay. So here it is, C, that is 40,000 minus 4,000 into 8 by 36, and we'll get 8,000. Similarly, here 40,000 minus 4,000 into 36, and you get 7,000. This is 4,000, 40,000 minus 4,000 into 6 by 36, So you get 6,000 and 5 by 36, 5,000. ഇതൊരു ട്രെൻഡിൽ അങ്ങ് പോകുന്നുണ്ട് അല്ലേ? That is 40,000 minus 4,000 into 4 by 36. That is 4,000. This 40,000 minus 4,000 into 4 by 36. Sorry, 3 by 36. That is 3,000. 2 by 36. That is 2,000. And finally 40,000 minus 4,000 by 1 by 36 equal to 1,000. So these are the amount of depreciation after each year. After first year it is 8,000, then it is going to 7,000, 6,000, 5,000, like that. So what is asked in the question? In the question it is asked, what is the depreciation at the end of 6 year? So at the end of 6 year, that means this row. At the end of 6 year, what will be the depreciation? That is rupees 3,000. So that is the final answer. So this is the sum of years digit method. Okay. So now it comes to end of our module 2. So in the next class we will start the module 3.